Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, of course. How are you,
Okay,
Teacher
great.
Nick? Are you good
Yeah,
today?
yeah, I'm okay. Thanks, and yourself?
I'm planning to upload this video on YouTube by the end of video. I hope you don't have any problem with this, okay?
Depends what for.
Okay, we decided in the end, so don't worry.
Okay,
Actually, I don't have any subscriber, zero.
okay,
Just my beginning.
okay, cool.
So, how are you, Teacher Nick? Are you good today?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm in Vietnam, so everything so far has been okay concerning the coronavirus, and Vietnam has kind of Vietnam's opened up its doors again to at least domestically for the people that are in Vietnam. Um, they've still closed the international airport, from people coming from abroad to Vietnam. Yeah,
The situation in Saudi Arabia is not like we imagine. It's more worst than we imagine. There's so many
yeah,
cases. The
yeah,
country trying so hard to
yeah,
stop the cases from being increased and
yeah,
spread out. But
yeah.
uh, I think every day we're getting more and more and more. At first, 100, 200, 1,000, or 1,000 and a half. Now, yesterday was 2,000. And
It's about a 15 to 20% increase
yes, every
per
day,
week.
per week,
Per week.
per week,
Probably,
yeah.
yeah. 3 to 4
Uh,
days.
and the economic, I think, in critical situation.
It's only
Uh,
just begun.
and we decided to not to increase the fat to 15, from 5
Sure.
to 15 for everything. Every money you buy, you just give 15 to the country.
Wow.
Uh, Everything you imagine.
Wow.
Nothing, nothing is expected. Nothing. When you buy something, you have to buy 15% part for the government, and this because of the difficult situation. And now, my friends, I'm planning to get into any business,
Okay.
but as you know, the situation is too difficult to get a job, and I told myself, you are the guy because you have your own business, and maybe you can give me some advices. Actually, all the night I was watching some development videos, and now I begin to work on my YouTube channel, and
Good.
so I have so many things in my mind, but the problem
Great.
is I feel distracted.
Sure. You will be. That's the problem with ideas. um, Ideas are only as good as when you start to implement them. So if you have many ideas, it's going to stay in your head for a very long time until you actually do something about it.
No, I'm just wondering what should I do. Like I
Yeah.
want to taking care of my YouTube channel as a
Hmm.
beginning,
Hmm.
uh, and at the same time I'm preparing for IELTS exam, and
Okay.
I think you can't just do one thing. You can't focus on two things because
Yeah.
that's
Well,
will make you do nothing actually.
yes, in some ways. Depends if the things that you're focusing are linked with each other. If you can find a link and a plan where your YouTube channel and what you're looking to do for your future is linked together, then it's going to be then it's going to benefit both things that you're spending your time on. So, for example, if you were doing well, okay, let's first figure out, what is your YouTube channel about? What are you trying to portray to the rest of the world?
Experimental channel, to say the truth.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I verified that channel by my number
Okay.
phone, so I think now it's verified channel.
Okay.
Now I'm trying to sharing my experience
Yeah.
of learning English to other
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Yes, and how can I improve my English? And
Okay.
this is the message basically. But I'm planning to do other channel, which the main road, like maybe talking about TV series, anime, video
Okay.
games.
Okay.
I don't have the idea, but actually I tell you all thing that
Perfect. Do it. Do it. Tell
yes.
me. I've also got a. Actually, I'll tell you what I did. In December, I have a business in Vietnam. It's in education. Okay, so we supply schools in Vietnam as well as in China with teachers in all different types of educational fields. Okay, um, obviously at the moment, I don't think it's a good idea to send anybody to China just because. You can put this on YouTube. I don't really mind too much. I would tell the Chinese government straight if I had a chance. Um, at the moment, I'm not too sure if I'm going to be sending people through to China because of how they've handled the situation and what they've caused the rest of the world. So we don't know yet. But during this pandemic, because I live in Vietnam and my business is here, I had to try and make a plan in case Vietnam, not even the rest of the world, but just in case Vietnam followed suit. Followed suit means followed China's reactions to their specific problems that they had with the virus in terms of closing their schools and universities and blah, blah, blah. So this was my concern. And in the meantime, this was in December when I did the research into how things are going to end up playing out. I had a couple of choices. One choice was, again, as well, I had no experience with creating a YouTube channel at all. I had no experience with building or making videos at all. So what I did was I looked for some free platforms. The one I found, which is going to be good for you, perhaps, is called Clipchamp. Okay. Now it's like a video editing software where you can obviously manipulate your videos as you wish, and you can edit and so forth. Very good. And anyway, I ended up doing a channel about coronavirus or the COVID issues before the rest of the world started to have the issues, because there was no other way to try and warn everybody. Yeah, it was okay. There were a decent amount of views, I think about 16,000. But at the end of the day, by
Wow, that's
now,
great, man.
yeah,
It's
well,
great. Yes.
you should use Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. Unfortunately, Twitter will ban you now if you say anything about coronavirus that's not got to do with what the World Health Organization has said before, which were all lies, but most of the part were lies. So that ended up getting me banned on Twitter, or my account banned on Twitter, because telling the truth is apparently not a good thing anymore. Um, and after that, of course, the views ended up dipping a bit because you don't have as much of a platform anymore, right? To promote your content. So, from your standpoint, if it's in education and it's promoting learning English and doing what you specifically want to do, I would suggest using Twitter, opening a Twitter account, and then using the hashtag as an excuse for people to go and click the hashtag, and then they will slowly but surely follow the videos, okay? Because they're going to click on the videos anyway if it's interesting for them. So, Twitter, number one, link your Twitter to your YouTube channel. That's number one, to get views and to get a bit of a better base so that you don't get demotivated by one person watching, kind of thing, because that's going to demotivate you. Understand?
Yeah, of course, of
Cool.
course. So I got it. The first thing should I do? I download this app which called Clip Champ,
Correct.
which help me to edit my videos of YouTube channel, and I can manipulating these videos, and I do whatever what I want.
whatever
This
you
is the
want.
first one.
Yeah.
The second one, I should following all the hashtag of Twitter and putting the link of
Yes.
my speech
Yes.
to make people watching my videos.
That's correct. Okay. So then,
Right.
also, you're going to have to do quite a few videos, so that there is an algorithm behind most things that use computers and the internet. The algorithm will be beneficial to you the more times it's watched. So as the algorithm goes higher, or I don't know how to explain it in depth, but as the algorithm helps you attract viewers, dependent on, of course, what your content is about. So yeah, those are the first two things. The other thing that I've done, unfortunately, but maybe you've motivated me to carry on, is I gave up. Not gave up, but I left it when life became a little bit harder and I had to focus on other things, to make sure that life doesn't get too hard during the pandemic. So I kind of left the YouTube channel. I'll actually send it to you here. Hold on, just so that you see I'm not talking nonsense. Wait.
Okay. I need to tell me what's the things you got when you left your YouTube channel.
Here we go. Well, I left because the things that I was saying in December, January, February on the YouTube channel all came true later, but it became so obvious. At least it became so obvious to me, that I don't think it's relevant too much anymore. The only time it will be relevant is where people would say, "Oh wow, this guy got some predictions right," and so forth and so forth. So that's kind of why I left it, because I think the world started to understand that China was lying and that they were taking this pandemic and using it to their advantage. I think the world understands that and knows that by now. So there's almost no more use for the YouTube channel, or for the content that was available at the time going into the future. So I have a couple of choices. I either need to upgrade things and tell the world the rest of the things that I understand or that I found out, so that the channel stays relevant. This is number 3, because if you don't stay relevant and you don't update your content, and make it more intriguing or more, it has to follow some sort of pattern at the end of the day, so that people are able, the same person can watch from episode 1 right through until, the last part of it. So when you're going through your plans of what you're trying to create, you do need to see the end result. Whether you've done it or not doesn't matter, because seeing the end result of your channel makes you understand how to get there. So it makes you understand how to begin, where your middle is, and where the ending is. And if your result is good, you still need a plan to get there, right? Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, cool. So from my perspective, I did that too. I tried. Yeah, it worked. And I've now gained experience. So later on in life, if I ever wish to do another YouTube channel, I now know what to do and I know what not to do. For example, probably you can't put a channel on anything that is not adhering to what the World Health Organization says, if you are doing content, which is what I was doing. So of course it will be banned off YouTube sooner or later if it becomes popular enough. They'll ban it off YouTube as well, because YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all of them work together. I was banned off Facebook as well, my account, because of some of the things that I said that will happen that ended up happening. But I said it will happen before it happened, and therefore I got banned. Yeah, not good though. Not good. Not good for the world, because it means that people are not getting the right information, unfortunately. Hence why there's a problem in Saudi. Hence why there's a problem in the US. Hence why there's a problem everywhere, because the world were told it's not human to human transmission. The world was told It's not, you don't have to wear masks. The world was told all these things that just were not true, which is unfortunate. Yeah. You seem a bit, either not sad, but you seem a bit,
Actually, you make me a little disappointed about my planning of making my YouTube channel. But as I told you, this is not my my full attention.
yes.
Actually, I'm planning to do one in the future, but I need now all what I need. I just taking all the experience I need.
Okay.
How to can change video,
Okay.
how can I predict video, how can I make the people know about my videos.
Yes.
Sometimes I tell myself I need to change my look. I can be better and like to say the truth. so, so that's can
Be you.
make in positive.
Be you. Be yourself. You don't have to try and be someone else. If you think that something is interesting, there's going to be other people around the world that thinks it's interesting as well. So if you focus on something that you're interested in, like I was interested in the coronavirus. It made a difference, right? Um, if you're following something that you're interested in and you're trying your best and you want to show the world something that you think is important, do that and be yourself. There's no need to be something that you're not. Okay, the rest of the world will be able to see through that very easily. So you seem like you're a happy guy. You seem like you're a you at least know what you're looking for, and at least you know what you're trying to achieve. So be yourself. Be yourself. You don't have to change your look. You don't have to do it. You can change your appearance in terms of a marketing strategy for sure, but don't necessarily do it for ill-found purposes. You know, like if your logo was your face with your glasses and your beard, with a weird hairstyle, that'll work because people will be able to relate your logo with your channel, and everything needs to blend together. Do you understand what that means? Yeah, yeah.
I
It
know.
all needs to make sense, you know. It all needs to kind of flow together, and that's why I'm saying the plan needs to be there.
Yeah, no, I agree with
Uh-huh.
you. But you tell me you left the YouTube channel and you're planning to do something else. What do you planning? What do you think is better?
It's not that I think anything is better. At the time, I think I was just more interested in. I wasn't interested in getting views. I was interested in getting the word out there to try and help people. Which, of course, you need views because you need people to watch so that they get themselves out of trouble or they are able to plan for what's coming. For me, I have a little family, so I had to then kind of, because you can't make that much money out of YouTube when you have a small amount of views, even if it is 16,000.
Mm,
So if your short-term goal is for monetary gain, YouTube is probably not your answer anymore. Maybe it used to be, but not anymore. You need quite a few views, you need quite a few subscribers, but that doesn't mean you don't have to try. Um, you need to try so that you learn the mechanisms of how to attain large views and get the word out there that you want. You
mm.
understand that?
Yeah, yeah, I
So
agree with
now I
you.
just
Agree.
do.
You know, in Saudi Arabia, one of the most popular things to make views by shocking the people by something you
Yeah.
do. Sometimes you have to be stupid in front of camera. Do you believe that? Like doing an empty stuff or doing something that interests the people. Like uh, I know a story which for a guy, for a man in Saudi Arabia, he just looking, making the camera phone and look at me. I'm so beautiful, and he's not beautiful actually, but I'm so beautiful. I'm more beautiful than all women. And believe me, when you look at him, you will not find anything beautiful
Shame.
about him.
Okay.
So all the community in Saudi Arabia make these people very famous. Do you know why? Because he make them angry, make the people very angry, and they just sending the video to
Yeah.
friends and family, and the man was very famous
Okay.
now.
Now he can pay to
So
be beautiful, right?
yes, and they making an interview with him and asking him, "Do you think you're so beautiful?" And he answering, "Yes, I'm sure about that. There is no doubt."
Inside he is.
So sometimes by doing stupid things, maybe sometimes you can lots and lots of
Sure.
views. And I'm sometimes I think I have to planning to do like this, but I don't like to
Yeah.
do. My heart telling me no,
Yeah,
stop.
there's a lot of people that are gonna look at that and be offended, I guess. But I don't know. You know what I think is do something that's important. Do something that is that will affect people's lives in a positive way. Because at the end of the day, if you have 1 million views but you haven't affected anybody in a positive way, then the views are pointless, in my opinion. If you have 50 views, but the 50 views have influenced people in a positive way, or they have taken something positive out of the video that you've produced, that is more valuable in the long term for those people as well as for yourself, because it means one way or another you're kind of making a difference. You understand? Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes. I
if
got
your
it.
views are coming from hurting yourself or your views are coming from hurting others, then it's more to do with um, it's more to do with a short-term goal or a short-term achievement, or making only yourself better in terms of views or money or things like that. But if you can do something on YouTube, go for it. Try. You can set your YouTube channel to private. You can show some of your friends and survey and ask them if they would watch it. If some of them says yes, it means you already have an audience.
Mm.
Try and find a niche. Do you know what a niche is? Niche.
No, this is my first time I know about
Niche,
niche. What is it?
niche is a small market. But that small market in reality is a lot of people, because there's 8 billion of us, 7.5, 8 billion people on the planet. So if you find something like a niche where people are very interested in, you most of the time you can really think of some great ideas that you would prefer to go and watch on YouTube. For example, for me, I would love to watch things on YouTube that are media based, but that are the truth, rather than being backed by certain businesses or policies or influenced by money. I would prefer to watch a media outlet that tells the truth, no matter what the consequences are. That would be very popular now, because people are sitting at home and they're realizing someone eats a bat in China and 8 billion people lose their job. Can't It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't um, it can't be that way. And people are hungry, very, very, very hungry to listen to the truth. People are very hungry as well to listen to what's called a podcast. You know, podcasts have become extremely popular because it's two people just talking and giving their opinions without any
Mm.
business reason or without any monetary gain. They're just two people talking about real life things. And the reason why there's so many people wanting to watch that is because it's so rare to find two people talking just about how life is, why life is like the way it is, why there's things that are difficult, and why there are things that can change. That I would do, especially even in Saudi. You guys can talk about all the rules and the regulations you have, the cultural differences, the religious differences, why women have to wear certain things.
Uh, you know, I think I like to doing this because I like self improvement and I like to read. But the problem is, I agree with you in your thinking, and actually, I think you are like me in that in what should we do. But when you look for YouTube channel, especially I'm talking about Saudi Arabia, you can find none of this subject are favorite in Saudi Arabia. The favorite like gaming, vlog, and empty stuff. You know, it's
Do a
something that
podcast.
doesn't have
Do
any
a
value.
podcast. Talk while gaming. Do gaming with a friend and talk about life, talk about things like that. You can mix the two together. You can do cooking, gaming, and talking about life. You can do multiple things and put them together. It gives people more attraction because some of them will watch you for the gaming, and then during watching your 1 hour gaming session, you guys actually say something that's very relevant to them. And then they start watching, you know. So you can do both of them together. It's the beauty of the internet and the beauty of creativity. Wear something funny, wear something weird while you're playing games. Go to a costume shop and wear something strange while you're gaming, and then talking to your friends about how difficult things are or how easy things are or what you can and cannot do in the future. Stuff like that. That's what it would interest me. I can't speak for everyone, of course. Yeah,
Mm, yes, yes, I think it's a great idea. But at first, I need, I think it's a machine, a small machine. Maybe I will
like
buy
what?
it.
You mean a camera?
Not camera, a
Yeah, yeah,
recorder
yeah,
machine for
yeah, yeah.
recorder.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
And then you can edit yourself.
yes, it's great.
I
And I will just I want to do just make my time just interesting and just talking and
That's
nothing
the
else.
winner. That's the winner. If people see that you're not interested in doing what you're doing, they will not watch because the time that people spend watching your videos are a lot to do with how passionate you are about your content. If you love playing games on PS4 or a computer, I dig it too. I've been playing games probably since I was born, and I enjoy it as well. But sometimes you can mix the two. And if you love your content and if you love talking about what you're doing, the people that are watching are going to feel that. And then they might subscribe. And if they don't, who cares? Just keep on going and doing your thing. And eventually, yeah,
Because you enjoy yourself, so you just
yes,
didn't care.
yeah, just keep. And if you
Yeah.
want to swear, do it. If you want to talk about something that's controversial, do it. If you want to speak about things that matter to you, do it. Because otherwise, it's just going to stay in your head and you're never going to implement it. If you don't implement something that you're thinking about, nothing matters and no one will ever know what your brain is telling you, and you never know who you help. People often are not going to tell you that you've helped them some way or another, but they think it, and they think that this something that this guy or girl has said has influenced them in a positive way. And sometimes you're going to say things that are stupid, but more or less people just don't listen to that part. They'll take only the positive piece out of your 30-minute long gaming session where you talk about weird stuff or you talk about things that interest you.
Actually, I enjoy speak with you, Mr. Nick, and I hope we
Oh, of
speak
course, man. I'd
again.
love to. I'd love
And
to. I'd be more than willing to help you with some content or some YouTube stuff. I'll be more than willing. Not a problem at all.
actually, I appreciate your help, and I'm so happy because you have same vision about making a channel, and that's make me happy at all. But and I hope I next talk with you next day next
Perfect.
meeting with you, and I think we were talking about interviews. I work interviews, so you will evaluating me.
100%.
So until we meet again, I want to thank you again, and bye bye. Have a nice
Enjoy
day.
your day, good sir. Enjoy your day.
Thank you so much.